When I watched Naruto for the first time, one of my favorite characters was Neji Hyuga. The way he fought with the gentle fist, his backstory, and his skill made him special and gave him so much potential. Being from the strongest clan in Konoha and being the biggest talent from that clan, I think we all had high expectations for him. Taking down Hinata, having a defense sharp with Gaara, or defeating a Sound 4 member by himself, he lived up to the hype that he got when we first met him. A flash forward 400 chapters after the Kidomaru fight, he jumps in the way of a Jubi attack to save Naruto and Hinata, and he dies in the process because Kishimoto needed a way to make the relationship more realistic. Why did Neji fall off that hard, and what made him so good in the first place? The first time we get a glimpse of Neji's skill is when Rock Lee states that he is stronger than him. Rock Lee is the same person who bodied Sasuke with the Sharingan. He was so fast Sasuke couldn't even react to him, but he could see him. After all the Sharingan hype in the last arc, to see him get bodied like that, and then learn that there's somebody stronger than Lee is impressive. In the written exam of Force of Death, we see Neji's skills using the Byakugan and Chi, and when he put up to the Sound Trio, it's implied he could have taken him down. But the first real fight we get for Neji is against his cousin Hinata. In this fight we get a lot of lore and learn the ability of the Hyuga clan. The Hyuga clan is the strongest clan in Konoha and possesses a Dojutsu Byakugan, and is supposedly stronger than the Sharingan. Kinda sad how this aged. The Byakugan has 360 vision, can see the Tenketsu, the Chakra Network. They use the gentle fist style of Taijutsu in tandem with their Dojutsu to strike chakra points and organs to make their opponents out of commission. Since you can't train organs, having a clan that specifically attacks organs is very deadly. But as well as the abilities of the clan, we learn how the clan is formed. The main branch is the cadet branch. The cadet branch is the weaker branch that is used by the main branch. It is stated that the members of the cadet branch feel angry and embarrassed because of that fact. One of my favorite parts of the fight is the internal conflict. We see Neji try to defy his fate while preaching Hinata should embrace her and telling her to quit as a ninja. While Neji is supposed to serve that main branch and nearly kills a main branch member. This is the start of the hypocrisy in Neji's ideology. But we all saw the end result coming. Neji proceeds to beat Hinata so bad that 3 Jonin had to get in the way to stop him. True believer in equal rights, equal fights. After the Hinata fight, we see Neji against Naruto. In this fight, we see more of Neji's abilities. The 8 trigram, 64 palms, and the palm rotation. Starting off with the palm rotation, a main branch technique that emits chakra from the Tenketsu and spins rapidly to create a barrier. This technique is so powerful that it's stated to be stronger than Gaara's defense. Other technique he uses is the 8 trigram, 64 palms, which touched down 64 points in Chakra Network. But the most impressive thing is that he copied these techniques from the main branch, just by watching the main branch use it. After Neji shuts down Naruto Chakra, we get his backstory in the Cage Bird Seal. The Cage Bird Seal is used for torture and preserves the Byakugan from other people, and it's given to the Cadet Branch at the age of 4. At the same time Neji got his curse mark, the Cloud Village kidnapped Hinata and Hiyashi killed the kidnapper. The Cloud Village demanded Hiyashi's head, but Hizashi was instead. Unknown to Neji, it was out of Hiyashi's free will instead of being forced. So this is what shaped Neji's view on destiny, because Hiyashi was in the cadet branch, he had to die to protect the main branch. After we see Neji's backstory, Naruto uses the 9-tailed chakra and gives Neji that uppercut from hell. Neji loses the fight. Naruto used his curse and made an asset to defeat Neji. After Neji learns the truth about his father, this is where Neji's character really ends. I mean, he doesn't believe in fate, all that fake crap no more after this. After this we see Neji versus Kidomaru, which is an amazing fight. Neji overcoming the Byakugan's weaknesses and fighting somebody that has a perfect counter to his ability with strength. The Byakugan can't cut through non-chakra made out of things, and Kidomaru's whole attacks are not made out of chakra, so that was like a really interesting. Sadly, that's the last real fight Neji gets that is really good. And Shippuden, we learn he's a Jonin and is a tier above all others from the Konoha 11. When we get to see Neji in action against Kisame, which he didn't do much other than use the palm rotation and guided all the work in that fight. Then when Neji arrives at the area where Sasori and Deira are at, he goes off and Team Guy buys their clones to, take down the barrier, which was that was ass. Like, that shit was terrible. That fight was boring as hell. Instead of seeing the fight that Katsuki, we get this fucking clone fight. Neji would have been very helpful in the Sasori fight, and seeing Neji versus Sasori will be hype. The rest of Shippuden, he doesn't really do much until he dies. And the way he dies is sad. He dies saving Hinata and Naruto because he didn't have a way to make because Kishimoto didn't know a way to put Naruto and Hinata into a relationship. He killed off Neji because he could not write a relationship for them. Now this would have been fine if Neji did stuff in Shippuden. He should have met his fathers in Edo Tensei instead of Hiyashi. Like, who like Hiyashi versus Hisashi Hyuga? Like, Neji versus father would have been fire. Not Hiyashi. Like, who cares about Hiyashi? It'd be really good to see him reunite with his father before he dies and get closure. Or have him fight the Akatsuki. Sasori would have been a good fight, or Kakazu. Seeing Neji finding the weak spots in the puppets or attacking Kakazu's heart with his abilities would have been so high. He doesn't have to beat them or do something like taking out Kakazu's heart or taking down some of Sasori's puppets. He is the Hyuga prodigy. Hiyashi stated he had talent to surpass that main branch, and even Hiruzen thought all the hype that was about him was true. Give him a stronger Byakugan like Kaguya's. She can read minds. That's not a normal Byakugan. Give him like some unique abilities. It's supposedly stronger than the Sharingan, but we never see that. The Sharingan is literally dick eating the whole series. The Mangekyo Sharingan is fucking crazy. There's no way a Byakugan is better than that. Literally every person with the Sharingan has it, and like, it's supposedly stronger. Kakashi, all the fucking Mangekyo abilities are broken as shit. Like, at least give us some cool Byakugan abilities other than the main ones. Because Kaguya has them. Why can't Neji? I mean, I know Kaguya is no Suzuki, but like still, the Byakugans can still get more abilities. Hell, this is kind of unrealistic, but give us a Hyuga clan arc where Neji and Hinata change the clan. The antagonists could be some cadet members rebelling who found out how to remove the curse mark. This would give Neji some internal conflict and would develop him some more. Watching Neji and Hinata change the clan would have been very cool, and I think a lot of people would have liked that instead of some fucking filler or some shitty arcs. Like, you know how good it would be to see Neji watch the Hyuga clan change and be a major participant in it? And to see Hinata take over her father's role and change the clan? That would have been so fire! Hell, we could have even got a Neji light novel where we see him train a beginning team or see some Doni missions. There's so much that could have been with Neji Hyuga that they didn't explore. Hell, we could have Neji live and even question the idea of fate, because Naruto's a reincarnation of Ninja Jesus and the son of Minato. Seeing Neji just question Naruto after the war arc would have been so cool. Just like, and more for his character. Like, we could get a light novel about Neji questioning the idea of fate again after he finds out about Naruto's truth. At least give us some more of Neji in the new Naruto anime, like maybe give him like a quick scene with the Any team or something, but that's highly unlikely. But with that said, like the video, subscribe. Neji the GOAT. Put some respect on his name. He got done dirty.